What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Defy Duty Logic here. You guys, Monday Night Raw. It was a good show. Now the crowd was horrible. There was sometimes they were kind of cheering, but they just weren't really into it. I don't know. Some of these WWE crowds. I'm like, man, like, are you okay? Like, why would you go pay money to not cheer or boo or anything? Just sit there. Like, who? Like, I don't know. Anyways, Monday Night Raw started off with Roman Reigns coming out. He announced his SummerSlam plans. He announced that he's going to be the #1 contender for the Universal Championship going into SummerSlam. Now, Samoa Joe comes out and basically, talks about how he's the true #1 contender. And, after basically he beats Brock Lesnar, basically you're going to have to go through me. Samoa Joe ended up headbutting Roman Reigns. And he started beating the crap out of him. And I thought, oh shit, are they just gonna have him just lay him out and then leave? But no, Roman Reigns ended up getting some little bit of comeback, and then ended up staring him down. Now that was just the first segment of the night. The Hardy Boyz versus Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson. Overall, this was a good match. Nothing that really did nothing improved. Like no storyline improved, or just nothing really happened. It's just, okay, the Hardy Boyz beat Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson. Okay, like nothing got further. I don't know what they're looking to do in terms of the tag team division, because they didn't really address anything. To be honest, Finn Balor defeated Bo Dallas, and another non-important thing. Again, that obviously Bray Wyatt is going in a feud with Seth Rollins. I think that's an idiotic idea. I think they should have had it to where Bray Wyatt would start a feud with Finn Balor, because really, we're just going to be seeing week after week after week Finn Balor going against random people. Like, Finn Balor doesn't even have a feud going into WWE Great Balls of Fire, so he'll probably face Bo Dallas there. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, who, like, put him in a storyline. This is one of your top stars, and he's just doing nothing except for facing people who no one's seen in like 3, 4, 5 months. Like, really? Now, The Miz had a segment. He had a segment with the little bears and everything, and the little clock or whatever that got broken at the last little celebration segment he had. The Miz ended up apologizing to Maryse. Dean Ambrose came out, screwed everything up again. I'm gonna be honest. It was a good segment, but it's the same thing week after week. The first week it's his, celebrating his comeback tour. Then the next week it's something else. And it's like, is this the only way you can propel the storyline? Is by doing it? Like, there is when I was watching the show, it's like, it's a good show, but it's not something where I'm like, oh my gosh, so for me, first off, anyways, though, for me, I just feel like it's first off, even though SmackDown has sometimes some of the writing is stupid, like Money in the Bank with the women's Money in the Bank match. You can check that rant out. You'll enjoy that. But SmackDown is still, even with how they booked today, it's just SmackDown is still better. Even though Raw or Vince or whoever wanted, some of the top SmackDown stars to come over to Raw, it's not about the stars. It's about who's writing the fucking script. And even though I don't agree with some of the things that Road Dogg does, he does write a good script for the show. So it actually keeps us entertained. Regardless of how I feel about the whole Carmella situation, people are going to probably tune in to SmackDown more than Raw, because there's actually a reason to tune into that show. Now, the match between Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns. Now, first off, let me say, I did not think they were going to have Samoa Joe defeat Roman Reigns. I thought they were going to, I was thinking maybe, I'm thinking now, like, I thought they were going to probably do something like have him do a walkout where he just get count to 10 or something. But no, they had Samoa Joe basically make Roman tap out. He didn't really tap out. He passed out. That's still a sign of submission. So Samoa Joe, man, this guy is on a roll. I like his mic work. And after Samoa Joe ends up laying him out, Braun Strowman comes back and he attacks him. So we got some little some things. Later in the show, it became a little bit more interesting. In the beginning of the show, I thought it was kind of okay, but kind of dull. But later in the show, it did pick up a little bit. Now, the one thing is that, like, okay, who's gonna win? Is Braun Strowman just gonna come back after his injury and lose again um, to Roman Reigns, or how are they gonna book that? So that's my only question about that. Now, the women had a segment. Obviously, it was Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks, but I like that. I like how the writers actually put all the women on the show. If you have you have 3 freaking hours. Don't tell me that you can't put in your, I believe it's 8 or 9 women on the Monday Night Raw roster. Don't tell me you can't put them all on the show, whether it's all at once or all at separate times throughout the show. Don't tell me you can't put them on the show. So actually, I really liked how they had the segment and involved all the women. I really liked it. Very entertaining in my eyes. And you have to understand too, it's not like the women division has like 30 superstars. You know, they don't. The men have like 30 or more superstars, so obviously some people you may not see until next week or whatever the case may be. But I'm like, you have 8 or 9 women on your roster. They can be shown throughout a 3-hour period, whether it's a backstage segment, 2 matches, 3 matches. You can fill that time in instead of just having corny moments. Anyways, the last freaking segment of the night, ladies and gentlemen, you had Big Cat. You had Kurt Angle. He called out Big Show, the Revival, and obviously Big Cass and Enzo. And I like how they did this. Now here's the thing: I did kind of say in a few in some of my past videos, I did say they were trying to do something along the lines of Triple H versus Shawn Michaels, not in terms of actually like going at it with each other, because obviously both of them aren't to that level of wrestling and psychology in the ring and things of that nature. But I mean, in terms of the storyline, in a way, with the segment of who attacked me, ended up being your best friend. The only thing, I think it would have been more dramatic if maybe they had it to where Cass hurt Enzo so bad to where Enzo was like in a wheelchair, kind of like the same scenario with Shawn Michaels. And I think that if you had like Cass attack him while he was in a wheelchair, now you're gonna get even bigger heat. I think that some of the people in the crowd, nobody was really, cheering or really even booing that much. But I think that if they had made it seem like, whether even if Enzo had like if he had crutches or something, I think if they had done that, it would have been more dramatic and got generated more boos than just Enzo turning around and then basically, Big Cass cuts this good promo. But hey, he did cut a good promo. It was pretty long. I think right after Enzo was getting ready to turn around, I think that Big Cass should have just attacked him and then left, and then maybe cut a promo like we're done, and you're dead weight, and then just leave. But it is what it is. It was a good segment, and I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see what happens with Big Cass now. Is he going to go after the United States Championship? Is he going to have a feud with Enzo? I would hope not. And the reason why is because having a feud with Enzo is just like, what are you? That just has to be stupid booking. There's no way that Enzo is going to ever defeat Big Cass. It just wouldn't make sense. So I think that it should just allow Cass personally. I think that Cass should go after the United States Championship or something like that. And yeah, for Enzo, I don't really like Enzo, if I'm being 100% honest, but I do think that he will do really, really good in the cruiserweight division with the likes of TJ Perkins and Neville and things of that nature. I think Kalisto needs to take his little ass down to the cruiserweight division as well, because who's gonna ever like? It's just he just needs to go to the cruiserweight division, man. These guys are not. No one's gonna really believe these guys when they if they win a United States Championship title or Intercontinental Championship. Nobody's gonna take them seriously. That's just the honest truth. Not hate. It's just the truth. But anyways, overall, if you want me to give this show a rating, because of certain things that I did like the Samoa Joe and the Roman Reigns promo and the match and things of that nature, I'll give it a B minus, just to be nice. I would, if I wasn't being nice, I'll give it a C, but just to be nice, I'll give it a B plus, because overall everything was pretty good. I would give the crowd a fucking F. The crowd gets an F minus. I don't think they were really entertained, or they just. I don't know. I'm like, why would you just pay money to go to an event to just sit there and not do nothing, barely cheer, barely boo? I mean, if you're gonna do something, you know, if you're gonna be there and you're gonna pay a lot of money, just boo or cheer, do something, not just sit there and just stare like you're a freaking robot. But anyways, that is my Monday Night Raw review. Thank you guys so much. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about Raw. Was it horrible? Was it not horrible? Thank you guys so much. Deuces.